LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George will not work. They will not beat the Golden State Warriors, and here's why. All right, let's talk about these players' games. You got LeBron James. We all know his game. 1-4 from the top of the key. Plays football, offensive fouls his defender, gets past his defender, layup dunk. If he's too scared to shoot the ball, he's going to kick it out, to one of his drones on the team. That's LeBron's game, point blank period. That's LeBron's game. Kawhi Leonard. He's a fairly decent one-on-one player. Kawhi Leonard posts up. He like to post up. He'll hit you with that spin fadeaway. Kawhi has a pretty decent 3-point shot. I don't see Kawhi running off screens and doing all that extra shit coming off an injury this year, but who knows? But typically Kawhi really isn't like a Steph Curry or a Rip Hamilton where he's running off of screens and shit like that. Paul George. Honestly, Paul George's game, well, let me go back to Kawhi. Kawhi has defense. We'll just talk about offense right now, and then we'll go back to defense. So this is all offense. As far as Paul George, let's be honest. All Paul George really has is, he has a little three. His three is decent. It's not. I wouldn't say it's consistent. So you got another decent 3-point shooter. I wouldn't say it's consistent. I also don't see Paul George running off of screens. I don't see his big ass running off of screens like that either. It's another ball dominant player. So on offense, you have LeBron, who's ball dominant. You have Kawhi Leonard, who's really ball dominant when he does have the ball. He does slow up the tempo. And you have Paul George, who's ball dominant, who slows up the tempo. So once again, just like in the last season, when they brought in Dwayne Wade, Derrick Rose, Isaiah Thomas, you bring in all these ball dominant players, and what happened? You getting the fuck out of there, right? You get them the fuck out of there by the mid part of the season, right? And what they win? Nada, right? It was a joke. So what do you LeBron fans really expect to see with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George? They're we'll say they're in their prime. They're physically more capable of playing to the level that LeBron is playing in. But even with that, it's always going to come down to the system. You're gonna have if you say that these players are going to the Lakers and the coach is gonna be another dummy coach, which is Luke Walton, then there's not gonna be any coaching going on the Los Angeles Lakers next season or whatever, the season after that, whenever LeBron decides to jump ship. There's not going to be any real coaching. So once again, LeBron will have a dummy coach to where LeBron will call the shots. That's just a fact. Now, so they're going to be run. It's inevitable that team is going to be running the LeBron system, okay? Where LeBron is dribbling the ball at the top of the key, playing point guard, and he's going to shove the person who's guarding him on the other team off of him, and then kick it out to Paul George or Kawhi Leonard. That's it. Point blank period. What other offense do you folks see that team running? Kawhi Leonard's not going to be handling the ball. Paul George, isn't going to be handling the ball. So who's going to be handling the ball? Maybe Lonzo will bring it up every now and then if he's still on the team. You feel me? But, come on. Randall's not going to bring the ball up. If they keep Randall's nowhere near the level of player, confidence-wise and skill-wise, as far as Draymond Green. That's why, especially handles too. That's why Draymond can bring the ball up and facilitate a Golden State Warriors team where everybody on the floor can handle the ball. You feel me? So let's go back to defense. Everybody, what was LeBron? 300 something in defense this year? How is LeBron the greatest player in the world, the greatest basketball player in the world, but he's 300 something in defense? Anyway, so LeBron's defense is trash. We already know that. Kawhi Leonard, we don't know. Kawhi Leonard, yes, the nigga is a beast. He was a beast defensively, but we have no idea how he's going to look, how his game is going to look. We don't know anything about how he's going to look when he comes back. So you honestly, genuinely can't say nothing. All we can go off is what we expect, our expectations, right? So I'm gonna give Kawhi the benefit of the doubt and say he's gonna remain a lockdown defender. But like I said, until we see him in action, until we see him play, who knows what's going to happen. And then there's also the chance that he might get hurt again. He might get injured again. Because Kawhi is damn near looking like an injury-prone player at this point in his career. As far as Paul George. Look, man, I really don't... Does anybody here see Paul George sticking the other team's best player and locking him down? Maybe, maybe not. I'm leaning towards maybe not. So, I mean, I'm not really saying Paul George is a lockdown defender, right? So you got you got two out of those three, the big three that they're trying to form that ain't playing no type of fucking defense, ain't playing no real consistent defense, point blank period. All right, and then Kawhi is iffy, it's 50-50 right now. Okay, so we just went through the players' game, offensively and defensively. Let's talk about teamwork. We're gonna breeze through this because I don't want this to be a long video. Let's talk about teamwork. Like I said, all three players that y'all trying to get or y'all want to see on the Los Angeles Lakers are ball dominant. They slow the tempo when they touch the ball. Point blank period. How are they gonna beat the Golden State Warriors when the Golden State Warriors, their center, well, he plays center and he plays the power forward, which is Draymond Green. He brings up the ball. So all you have is the rest of your small guards running around, running off screens, getting wide open looks. And if they not getting looks, it's still in motion. It's still in rhythm. Right? They're building up their rhythm. They're shooting high percentage shots. Okay? They're not playing isolation ball. They're not playing the LeBron system. So, once again, LeBron fans, it's about how good the team plays together, not how good individually the players on the team are. Point blank period. And I do not see LeBron, Kawhi, and George playing together as a team better than Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and whoever else they want to throw in there at the 5. All right, what's next? I feel like honestly, everywhere LeBron goes, they play that blame game. Miami. Who they blaming on when they started losing some games? Chris Bosh. Comes back to Cleveland. Who they start blaming it on when they start losing a couple games? Kevin Love. Who do you guys think they're going to blame this shit on if all these three players go to Lakers? Well, they're not going to blame it on Kawhi. They're going to blame this shit on Paul George. Maybe for his lack of defense. Or, honestly, Paul George is a real streaky shooter. Let's just be honest. So I'm already calling it right now. In the media, ESPN Sports Center, that's gonna be the narrative. They're gonna say George isn't playing up to his ability. They're gonna do him the same way they did Kevin Love. They're gonna do him the same way they did Chris Bosh. Watch. And that's not... Paul George is going to be pissed. Paul George, I don't even think Paul George has the mental capacity to deal with that. To be completely honest with you. And I think he's going to crack if he's faced with that sort of adversity. Just flat out bullshit, to be honest. Because it's not going to be Paul George's fault that he's in a system where he's just turned into a spot-up shooter. It's not going to be his fault. I definitely see Kawhi and LeBron arguing. Kawhi has already won without LeBron. See, that's the thing. A lot of players that go to play with LeBron, they haven't won shit yet. So that's why the media can go ahead and say, run that narrative that LeBron doesn't have any help and he's the leader and he's the captain and he's leading everybody. No, that's not going to work with Kawhi on the team because Kawhi has already won a championship and he was the MVP of the finals against LeBron. So I already see, come on, let's be honest. I already see Kawhi and LeBron arguing. I already see them butting heads because they not built from the same cloth. They two different types of people. Point blank period. So I already see Kawhi calling out LeBron. You feel me? I already see Kawhi getting on LeBron, for not playing defense or walking up the court, so on and so forth. I already see that. All right, what's next? Now, I want to ask you LeBron fans, it's going to be real quick. Why the hell is this man, you call him the best player in the world, why the hell is this man allowed to go anywhere he wants to go? Can somebody tell me that? It used to be a time in the NBA where when you get drafted, you stay on that team, and in order for you to be the GOAT or be considered the GOAT, you gotta win with that team, and you gotta win as many chips with that team as possible. That's what it used to be. Now the NBA, because of you fans and you LeBron stans, you turning the NBA into, no matter how good you feel the player is, he needs to get a team. He needs to get a squad. He needs to just, go on Instagram and go on Facebook and get a group chat going and invite, just somehow conspire to get all these great all-stars and Hall of Famers on one team so that they can win. Where is the adversity in that? Where's the competition in that? That's absurd. And it's unacceptable. And LeBron James should be criticized in the media right now. They're praising LeBron right now in the media for, what team he wants to go to. Do you realize he was born in Ohio? You should be criticizing him for that's his throne. Why is he leaving his throne? Why? Why are you praising somebody and you rooting for somebody to leave where they're from, to leave their origin? You should be rooting for him to lead, his city and his where he's from to another championship. Point blank period. But I digress. That's just, I guess, that's y'all delusional logic. Like I said, you got Luke Walton. He's another dummy coach. He's a mannequin. That's all. He's just all Luke Walton is going to do is manage the minutes for the players on the bench. That's all Luke Walton is going to do. And whatever, they're going to throw his ass under the bus too. From Ty Lue to, they tried to throw Eric Spoelstra under the bus, but Pat Riley wasn't having that shit, right? To David Blatt, to who they had. Did they have Mike Brown on the Cavaliers? They threw Mike Brown under the bus. I mean, so LeBron has had opportunities his entire NBA career to have real coaches, to have coaches that have accolades and really, have been known to run systems, and he just always declined. So it's going to be another dummy coach, and because of that, LeBron is going to get away with running the LeBron system. And inevitably, he's going to get his ass kicked again in the finals by the Golden State Warriors. And lastly, what's going to be the next excuse? If LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George go to the Los Angeles Lakers, and we'll say you have Lonzo and Randall, you got 3 all-stars on that team. You got a big 3. I'm pretty sure Lonzo was the second pick in the draft. And you got Randall's a hustle man defense, right? Everybody's saying Randall got way better last year. So you have a squad right there. Once again, you have a squad. Maybe you even have, I'm not going to say Paul George is a Hall of Famer, but maybe you have, maybe Kawhi is a Hall of Famer. I don't know. But we'll say you have a Hall of Famer in LeBron and you have a Hall of Famer in Kawhi Leonard. Let me know, guys. I don't know if you guys feel Kawhi is a Hall of Famer or not. I personally don't think he's a Hall of Famer yet. I feel like he has to do a couple more things. But you got a squad right there. That's your squad. They're hyping it up already on ESPN Sports Center, right? All these blogs, they're hyping it up already. So my question to you is, if they lose, what's going to be the next excuse? Say Paul George, Kawhi, they don't get hurt. Say LeBron doesn't get hurt. Say they stay healthy all season, all postseason, but they lose to the Golden State Warriors or whoever they lose to. What's going to be the next excuse? Once again, LeBron, you got the team you wanted. Once again, LeBron, you got the coach you wanted. What's going to be the next excuse? That's all I want to know. So with that, this video way longer than it was supposed to be, but I do not see Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and Paul George winning anything of significance. I don't even see them, to be honestly, I don't even see them, confidently getting out of the Western Conference. I don't even see them getting out of the Western Conference. I don't even see them beating the Rockets if Chris Paul is healthy. So that's the conference final. I mean, the semifinals, the conference semis. I don't even see them getting out of the conference semis if they go against the Rockets, because at the end of the day, you LeBron fans don't give a fuck about the sport and the team, aspect of basketball. All you do is dick ride this grown-ass man that in reality doesn't even give a fuck about you. He's an egomaniac, and you fuel him. All you guys do is fuel him by accepting his excuses. Point blank period. Point blank period. So at the end of the day, I just don't see them, if they go to the Lakers, I don't see them playing better team basketball than the Rockets, better team basketball than the Golden State Warriors, better team basketball than the Boston Celtics. Point blank period. Damn, maybe even better team basketball than the Pacers. At the end of the day, it's a team sport. And at the end of the day, it's all about how good your team plays together. This sport will never be about how good the individuals on the team play. You feel me? And even I remember Michael Jordan even said, he said it's not about the best player. He said it's about the best team. And he went through the rings. He had the rings on his finger. He went through it. And he's, you know what I mean? He said, this team, we did this. This team, we did that. This team, I had the flu. This team, you know what I mean? So it's about team. And that's it, y'all. If you fuck with the video, hit that like button. If you fuck with what I'm saying, you agree with what I'm saying, subscribe. If you don't, hit that motherfucking like button. Bang that dislike button. Bang on that dislike button if you don't fuck with me. If you're a LeBron fan, bang on that motherfucking dislike button. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Let's find out what the next excuse is when they don't win next year. It's low key.